Good afternoon and welcome to the Breed Middle School Softball Park as the Lynn English Bulldogs host the Lynn Tech Tigers. I'm your announcer, Sean Donahue. I want to say thanks to you for tuning in for some interleague softball. Up in the perch today, we got one of our best from Classical Keona is bringing you these smooth and steady shots. Starting off for Lynn Tech, Zoe Wilson. Wilson playing in the center field position, wearing number 7 today. Lynn Tech standing at a record of 1-7, coming out strong against Cristo Ray, hoping to walk away with a W here. One strike against Wilson. Pitching on the mound for the Bulldogs is going to be Kate Johansson, wearing number 2. Pinero behind the plate. 1-1 count here for Wilson. Fresh start of the game. English boasting a record of 5 wins and 7 losses. Base hit over to the second baseman, scooped up quickly and tossed for an out. And Zoe Wilson gonna head back to the bench instead of sticking on to the bag. So a ground out to the second baseman, Sanaya Patton. Good heads-up play. Next up for the Tigers, Genevieve McCafferty. McCafferty playing at the pitching position. Base hit there, sneaks past the third and shortstop for the Bulldogs. She'll get hung up there at first. So McCafferty getting on with a single. Gianni Bernabo up next. Bernabo playing in the shortstop position for the Tigers. Johansson gets the call from Pinero. Swing and fouled back. 0-1 count. Tech's last game, a loss to Mystic Valley, but later on next week, they'll be heading to Innovation Academy, a charter school out of Massachusetts. High ball, hit foul across the third baseline. English suffered a loss to Everett in their last game, and they got Chelsea on Monday. So, drop shot on the third strike. And Bernabo going to advance to first as Pinero couldn't get it. So Bernabo on with McCafferty sitting pretty at second in scoring position. And Kayla McGregor up to bat. McGregor playing in the third base position for the Tigers. First pitch from Johansson, a strike, 0-1 count. And only one out right now for the Lynn Tech Tigers. Johansson gets the pitch from Pinero. Throws it just a little low, 1-1 count. So it doesn't look like Bernabo actually will advance. I believe unless there's 2 outs, you can advance no matter what. Any less than 2 outs, you got to have a vacant first base. So we thought Bernabo was able to advance to first on the drop third pitch. But the MIAA rules state that first base has got to be vacant unless there's 2 outs. Johansson throws it right down the middle. Might be a little low for the Blues' taste. So I think we can attribute McCafferty's advancement to second base a steal. Swing and a miss, and she goes down swinging. And that's 3 for the Tigers. The Dogs are going to head in, and we'll be back with the bottom of the first. Bottom of the first, and leading off for the Dogs, Lanaya Pinero, the catcher. Dogs came out and showed pretty good defensive prowess. Johansson walked away with a strikeout. A couple good plays in field. Pinero showing bunt. Pitching for the Tech Tigers, Genevieve McCafferty wearing 12. McCafferty with the only hit right now for the Tigers here, late in the first inning. Catching for the Tigers, Camila Santos. A lot of chitter-chatter coming from the dugout for Lynn English. Pinero fouls that one back. A lot of excitement out here in the outfield. Pinero takes her time, steps into the batter's box, and McCafferty with the pitch. Far outside ball. I want to say thanks to those who are tuning in for Interleague Softball here on Lynn Educational Television. If you're watching on our YouTube channel, like, subscribe, and smash that notification bell. Another one far out, and Pinero will take her base as she's walked on the first at-bat for the Dogs. Kate Johansson, the pitcher for English, up to bat next. One on, no out for the Dogs. And Pinero is going to head to second. Show a stand-up steal. And Pinero catching Santos sleeping at the plate. High fly ball infield. Second baseman's under it for Lynn Tech. And she'll grab that one. That's J.B. Beauchamp there on the play. Good poise and prowess from the second baseman out of Lynn Tech. So Johansson going to go down with the fly out. Ari LeBoy, the pitcher for the Dogs, and Pinero advancing to third. Another stolen base out here. Somebody call the cops. We got a thievery afoot. LeBoy awaits the second pitch from McCafferty, delivering it just a bit outside. LeBoy hits a line drive right over second base. Pinero's going to head in, and LeBoy will be sitting pretty with her first at-bat and a single. A deep line drive into center field. So Pinero heads home. The Dogs on the board first. 1-0, 1 out for the Bulldogs. LeBoy still at first. Almost had an opportunity to steal there. Unfortunately for her, Santos on the move behind the plate. The pitch from McCafferty, high fly ball. Looks like that one's going to sail out of the park behind the pitch stop. So LeBoy starting with the strikeout, a hit, and an RBI. 1-1 count here for Angela Martinez. Martinez, ground ball over second baseline. LeBoy advances to second safely. And Martinez getting onto the board with a hit. Anika Johansson up next. Johansson playing in the third base position for the Bulldogs. The pitch from McCafferty, line drive right at her. Getting to that second baseline. They had the force out at second, and they'll get it. Johansson will head to first. LeBoy will get hung up at third. So 2 on and 2 outs for the Dogs. LeBoy sitting at third. And Anika Johansson sitting at first after the hit. Johansson's going to steal second and third, while LeBoy steals home. And it looks like They're even going to send in Johansson. So 2 more. Johansson stole 3 bases there. Second, third, and home. Palmer still the batter. Kaylee Palmer playing in the left field position for the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs coming out strong here in this first inning. 3 runs, 1 scored off of a hit, and 2 off of a steal. Palmer chips that one out of bounds, foul ball along the first baseline. Palmer making McCafferty work for this one. Foul ball along the first baseline. And off of a failed pickoff attempt at first, the Dogs able to drive in 2 more runs off of steals. Shot to the first baseline. That one falls foul again. And I'm not sure exactly what had happened on the attempted pickoff. Tiberico there at first base. Might have been just a little too high for her. Camila Santos behind the plate at the catching position for Tech. Palmer drives that one over the second baseline. And Palmer's going to go down. She'll get thrown out at first. So what seemed like it was going to be another hit, Palmer gets caught up trotting down along the first baseline for the third out. So at the end of 1, the Bulldogs sitting pretty with 3. Tigers, a bit of a hole to dig themselves out of as they've only got 0. We'll be back with the second. And we're back, top of the second here. Tigers up to bat. A 3-run hole to dig themselves out of. Amy Tiberico up to bat. First attempt for the day. And I'm pretty sure I might have alluded to the idea of Ari LeBoy playing in at the pitching position, but as you know, from the top of the first inning, we got Kate Johansson in there. Pinheiro still behind the plate. So LeBoy playing in at the second base position. We're used to seeing her at the pitching spot. And a brisk afternoon here on this May day. Swing and a miss. Johansson gets her second strikeout of the game against Tiberico. Camila Santos, the catcher for the Tigers, wearing number 6, up to bat next. Her first of the day. 1 out right now for the Tigers. Right down the middle, 0-1 count for Santos. Johansson gets the pitch she wants from Pinheiro. Just a bit low, 1-1 count. Gets the call on that. 1-2 count for Santos here in the top of the second. The pitch catches her looking. Third of the day, second of the inning Alex Fuentes will try Kate Johansson on the mound. She'll be the next Tiger to step up to the plate. Fuentes playing in the right field position. And a bit of a debacle for the Tigers and an attempted pickoff at first. Tiberico lost sight of it. And Fuentes had to clean it up, but wasn't able to get it in to home before Ari LeBoy and Kate Johansson advanced and stole home. Johansson stealing 3 bases on the play. Just a little bit low. And Fuentes gets a compliment on her ability to see, as she didn't fall for Johansson's follow-away pitch. Foul back into the Breed front parking lot. And Fuentes making Johansson work for it. Johansson up just a bit high. 2-2 count. Fly ball infield. LeBoy trying to get in there. Caught off guard, as Angela Martinez was also trying to make a play on it. So, second hit of the day for the Tigers is going to go to Alex Fuentes. Fuentes will get there on the fly. JB Beauchamp up to bat next for the Tigers. 2 outs right now. Here in the top of the second. Beauchamp playing in at the second base position for the Tigers. Johansson gets the pitch she wants and delivers with authority. The pitch from Johansson, swing and a miss. Johansson gets her 4th strikeout of the game and her 3rd to end the top of the second. We'll be back with the bottom of the second. Coming up to bat is going to be Kim Mayorga. Bottom of the second here, the Dogs leading 3-0 over the Tigers. Next up to bat, Kim Mayorga. Mayorga playing in the right field position for the Bulldogs. Those of you who are just joining us, on the mound for the Lintech Tigers, Genevieve McCaffrey. Behind the plate, Camila Santos. First at bat for Mayorga of the day. First one's in the dirt, 1-0 count. McCafferty gets the pitch that she wants. Delivers just a bit inside. 2-0. Dead ball. And we got a beating. Another beating here at the Breed Softball Park. Mayorga, fallen victim. She'll take her base. Malini Sock, the batter, up next for the Lynn English Bulldogs. Sock playing in the center field position. Wearing number 4, her first at-bat of the day. And she waits the pitch from McCafferty. McCafferty loses that one. And Mayorga going to steal second with ease. A lot of stolen bases right now for the Dogs. Two of those stolen bases happen to be home plate. And it looks like we might have another beating. I'm not sure. She might have just got out of the way. Usually Sock's trying to keep the ball in front of her at the center field position. And forced to jump away from the batter's box. She'll take it there. Dead ball. And she doesn't look too happy about that beating. But she'll get a hit out of it. Or rather, she'll get on base with it. Sanaya Patton up to bat next for the Dogs. Patton playing in the second base position for English, awaiting the pitch from McCafferty. 2 on for the Dogs. No outs, 1 in scoring position at second. Patton takes a cut at that one, 0-1. Second is a strike. 0-2 count for Patton. No outs, 2 on. Patton, the last batter in the lineup for the Dogs. McCafferty gets the pitch that she wants and delivers. On a third strike, and Patton goes down swinging. First strikeout of the day for McCafferty. Back to the top of the lineup, Lanaya Pinero up to bat. 1 out for the Dogs, 2 on, 1 in scoring position at second. Pinero showing bunt. Fouls that one back. Santos doing a good job at jumping up, but found herself in front of the plate. And if she just kind of hung out there, she might have had a chance to catch that one. The pitch from McCafferty stopped short by Santos to keep the base runners at bay on their bags. Pinero awaiting the pitch from McCafferty. The delivery. Chips away at that one, fouled out along the third baseline. And hits the light pole and bounces back into play. No cherry picking called in today's game, so no attempt to catch it. It's a goof. Deep fly ball into left field. That's going to send Mayorga home. And they were calling for the base runner for Malini Sock to go home, and she got hung up there. So Mayorga gets herself a run. And Lanaya Pinero, an RBI. And Pinero is going to advance with a stand-up double in her second at-bat. Kate Johansson, the pitcher for the Dogs today, up at bat. 1 out right now for the Bulldogs, and 1 run scored here in the bottom of the second. The pitch from McCafferty delivered with some authority. 0-1 count here for Johansson. Two on, both in scoring position. Sock at third and Pinero at second after the double. High and outside. Johansson taking her time. Right up to the plate. McCafferty gets the pitch that she wants from Santos in the delivery. Johansson caught swinging on that one. Johansson with a fly out in her first at bat. Ball there, 2-2 count. McCafferty with the pitch. Johansson gets a piece of it, fouled out along the third base line. Two and two count here, 1 out for the Bulldogs. Hits that one into the third baseline. And coming up to make the play For Lynn Tech, the third baseman, we're number 13, Kayla McGregor. McGregor making a pretty good play there, as it would have for sure been another run added to the tally. So Johansson technically flies out again. And both flyouts just on the luck of the draw on where the ball ended up going. But you got to hand it up to the third baseman for Lynn Tech. Kayla McGregor coming up, leaning down to grab that ball midair. Second out, 2 outs right now for the Dogs. Ari LeBoy up at the plate. The Dogs coming out strong in the first inning, 3 runs scored. 1 here in the second. And they got 2 base runners sitting at third and second. We got Sock at third and Pinero at second. LeBoy, a pretty decent hitter, the lefty, awaiting the pitch from McCafferty. And won't take the bait on that high one. Two and 2 count here. Full count. McCafferty gets the pitch. Delivers. And LeBoy with a strike. So I must be mistaken. 3-1 count on the last step attempt. Full count here for LeBoy. And LeBoy going to take her base. And that's going to set Angela Martinez up with loaded bases. Martinez had a single in her last at-bat and was thrown out at second on a hit, forced out. 2 outs for the Dogs. Bases loaded. Here in the bottom of the second, 0-1 count against Martinez. Martinez drives one into left field. And Sock will head home. And Pinero on her way as they try to get it into third. Both base runners will get in safely. So Pinero with their second run of the day. Sock with her first. And 2 RBIs for Angela Martinez. LeBoy at second base, 1 out right now. Anika Johnson up to bat for the Bulldogs. Johnson with a single and then 3 stolen bases to get her first run off of a failed pickoff attempt at first base. Fly ball into right field. LeBoy gonna round third and head in home. And it looks like they're going to hold Martinez up at third. And Johansson getting a double in her second at bat. Kaylee Palmer, the next batter up. So 4 runs in the second for the Dogs so far. The pitch in the dirt. And Johansson's going to hang out there at second, as there's not much room for her to get over to third, as Angela Martinez is sitting there. Palmer with a ground out at first in her first at-bat. Hoping to drive in one of these Bulldogs, if not both. The pitch just inside. And it'll be the 4th for Palmer to get it walked. So bases loaded again. And back to the beginning of the lineup in this inning here for the Bulldogs. Kim Mayorga, a walk in her first at bat. Looking at loaded bases, 2 outs. The pitch from McCafferty. Gets the strike call there, 0-1 count. Mayorga awaits the pitch from McCafferty. Seals up just a bit high. And a pickoff attempt at third results in a stolen base. Martinez will head home and drive in the 5th run of the inning, while Johansson will steal third off of the double. Johansson with her 4th stolen base, one of them a stolen home plate. So the pickoff attempt from Santos fails once again, and that one a big one. Second strike. Kaylee Palmer is going to advance to second on the steal after the walk. Mayorga awaiting the pitch. Swing and a miss. And that'll be it for the inning. Mayorga goes down swinging. Second strikeout of the inning and game for McCafferty. So at the end of 2, the Bulldogs posting an 8-run lead to the LEHS Tigers 0. We'll be back with the top of the 3rd. And we're back, top of the 3rd here. The Dogs heading to the bottom of the lineup. Derlin Salvador, the next batter up for the, Tigers, LEHS Tigers. As they're their away team, they start the innings off. Johansson gets the pitch she wants from Pinero. Salvador taking a cut and missing most of that one. Just a bit high. Pinero having a tough time keeping that one in front of her. 1-1 count here for Salvador in the top of the 3rd. The pitch from Johansson. Low and away. 2-1. Johansson delivers just a bit high. 3-1 count here for Salvador and her first at bat of the game. And Salvador going to take her base. First walk of the day for Johansson. We're heading to the back of the top of the lineup for the Tigers. Zoe Wilson, the center fielder, up to bat next. Johansson delivers ground ball over to the shortstop for the Dogs. They're going to get the force out there. LeBoy at second. Martinez doing a good job of keeping that ball in front. So Salvador getting thrown out at second, but Wilson getting on first with the hit. Genevieve McCafferty up next. McCafferty a single in her first at bat, and then a stolen base at second. Takes a cut there, fouls that one back behind Pinero. So 1 out right now for the Tigers in the top of the 3rd. They're facing an 8-run deficit right now. Dogs coming out strong in the first 2 innings. And Wilson will advance to second off of the stolen base. A wild pitch, not manageable by Pinero. Johansson gets the call from Pinheiro, delivers. Swing and a miss. McCafferty taking a cut at that one, swinging for the fences. And just enough steam on it to sneak past her. Johansson with the pitch, up high. Another high ball there. McCafferty awaiting the pitch, low, and then the dirt called for strike. And pretty sure she was hoping for a walk there, but she's delivered another strikeout. Well, not her specifically, a single in her first at bat, but 4 strikeouts on the day so far for Johansson. So 2 outs here for the Dogs. McCafferty, the pitcher for the Tigers, goes down looking. Gianni Bernabo up next. Bernabo with a ground out in her last at bat. And stealing third base is Zoe Wilson. So Zoe Wilson now sitting in scoring position. Well, once again. Ground ball over to Ari LeBoy, scooped up and thrown to first base. The first baseman can't get it. Sorry, the first baseman's Ari LeBoy. Sanaya Patton doing a good job backhanding that one. But the Dogs able to drive in their first run of the game. So Zoe Wilson attributed with a run. And Bernabo is going to get the RBI. Foul there, back along the first baseline. Kayla McGregor up to bat. McGregor seeing a strikeout in her first at bat in the first inning. Swing and a miss. And Pinheiro trying to pick Wilson off. I'm sorry, Gianni Bernabo off at first. LeBoy there. Stop that one. Pinheiro trying again with LeBoy. Can't get a handle on that one. And Bernabo not going to take the bait. I'll just sit here and wait for you to throw it back. So McGregor awaits the pitch. Swing and a miss. And that'll be it for the top of the third. So Tech able to get onto the board with 1 run. But another strikeout delivered by Kate Johansson. We'll be back with the bottom of the third. Welcome back. Bottom of the third. The Dogs leading 8-1 over the Tigers. Tigers scoring their first run in the last inning. Up at bat for the Dogs. Malini Sock in her second at bat. Her first was a walk. Sock with a run so far. Here she was batted in by Anika Johansson. Sock waiting the pitch. Has to move forward for that one. McCafferty's pitch just a bit wild there. A strike there for Sock. McCafferty gets the pitch that she wants from Santos. Delivers just low and in the dirt. McCafferty gets the call from Santos and delivers. Just a bit high. A little bit extra grip on that one. And Malini Sock will head to first with another walk. Sanaya Patton up to base now. Patton playing in the second base position for the Bulldogs. Had a great backhand stop, but LeBoy couldn't get a handle on it on what should have been the last out of the last inning. McCafferty gets the pitch that she wants. High fly ball along the first baseline. Sock attempting to steal second, but she'll be forced back. 0-1 count here now for Patton. Patton gets a piece of that one. It's along the third baseline. Can they throw her out at first? Sock going to advance to third. She'll get held up there. Patton's going to trot her way over to second. And they are going to send Sock home. Sock going to come home for the second time today, her second run of the day. Sanaya Patton gets an RBI in her second at bat after striking out and a stand-up double. And with that, we're going to head back to the top of the lineup. Lena Pinheiro. Pinheiro, the catcher for the Bulldogs. No outs right now. Patton sitting pretty at second base, waiting to be batted in. Pinheiro with a double in her last at-bat. She got 2 runs on the day and 1 RBI. And a handful of stolen bases. A walk at her first at-bat. Stole second and third. Pinheiro gets the pitch from McCafferty. Won't take the bait on that one and hangs out in the batter's box and awaits the next call from Santos. 2-1 count here for Pinheiro. The delivery, Pinheiro gets all that one, hit deep into left field. Patton's going to advance to third. Pinheiro going to get hung up at first with a long single. Kate Johansson, the pitcher for the Bulldogs today, up to bat. Johansson, not too much luck at the plate. Both flyouts. Her last flyout, about halfway from home to third base. And Kayla McGregor able to get there. Pinheiro is going to steal second. Looks like she's going to get there in time. So Pinheiro with another stolen base. So McGregor caught Johansson's shallow shot along the third baseline in her last at-bat. Her first a pop fly in field. Let's see if she can bat in Sanaya Patton at third base. She's getting the love hands from Pinheiro, her catcher. Gets a strike there. So 2 strikes against the English pitcher. No outs right now for the Dogs here in the bottom of the third. Hits that one. Line drives it over to McGregor. McGregor won't be taking that one home. Patton's going to head home. Pinheiro's going to head home. Another 3-run inning so far for the Bulldogs. And Kate Johansson getting on to the bags for the first time today. McGregor getting the best of her in her last at-bat, but not so much there. Ari LeBoy, the second baseman for the Bulldogs, up to bat next. LeBoy with a single in her first at-bat. And then a walk in her last at-bat. And a little bit of coaching up for Ari LeBoy. LeBoy awaits the pitch from McCafferty. The delivery just a bit outside. No outs for the Dogs. Kate Johansson sitting at first base. LeBoy takes a shot at that one over the second baseline. Johansson will advance to second with ease, and LeBoy getting on a base once again. Angela Martinez, wearing number 5, playing in the shortstop position for the Bulldogs. Next up to bat. 2 on, no outs for the Dogs. Kate Johansson sitting at second base. The pitch, high fly ball into right field, and coming up from a deep shot. Lynn Tech, Johansson's going to advance to third and then home for the 4th run of the inning. LeBoy able to get to second pretty cleanly. And caught out of position there, Alex Fuentes. Fuentes playing in the right field position. Maybe he thought that there was going to be a little bit more steam on that ball from Angela Martinez. Martinez with her 3rd RBI of the game so far. Anika Johnson up to bat next for the Dogs. Johnson is playing in the first base position. In the third base position. LeBoy going to steal third. And stealing second. With ease, wearing number 5, Angela Martinez. So now 2 in scoring position for the Dogs. No outs. 4 runs scored so far in this inning for the Bulldogs. That shot a little bit too far out of reach for Santos. Both base runners will hang out and await to be batted in. McCafferty with the delivery. A swing and got a piece of it, but bounced off her shin as she shakes that one off. Nika Johansson with a double in her last at-bat. Already 4 stolen bases. And has 1 run and 1 RBI. A shot there, hit over the second baseman, thrown out with ease. LeBoy is going to score there on that one. Johansson will advance to third, while Anika Johansson gets thrown out at first. Kaylee Palmer, the next batter up. Palmer with a walk in her last at-bat. Swing and a shot there to McGregor at third base. McGregor trying to throw her out at first. It's a bit high. Johansson's going to advance and get home. 6 on the day. Palmer is going to get a stand-up double after the error. So a 6-run inning for the Dogs so far. 14 runs on the day against Lynn Tech's 1. And should be Kim Mayorga up to bat now, and I'm not sure if that's who they ended up going with. Looks like we see a number 21 out there. And that's Ashley Murillo Mercedes. So Murillo Mercedes coming in, pinch hitting for Mayorga. Murillo Mercedes thinking she'd have to move out of the way for that one. Gets called for a strike. Murillo Mercedes awaiting the pitch from McCafferty. Swing and a miss, the second strike of the at-bat. Palmer sitting at second after the double. Just a bit inside. Murillo Mercedes staying alive in this at-bat, her first of the game. She's pinch hitting for Mayorga. The pitch. Fouls that one back behind Santos, just out of reach for the flyout. One out right now for the Dogs, posting 6 runs in the inning. 14 overall today. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And Murillo Mercedes goes down swinging. And back to Malini Sock. Sock leading us off here in this inning. A walk in her first 2 at-bats. Swing and a miss. 0-1 count for Sock. 2 outs right now against the Dogs. Kaylee Palmer sitting in scoring position at second base. The delivery, Sock having to lift up her front foot to avoid a beaning. The pitch. Bit high. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Just won't have another opportunity to do that in this at-bat. Sock awaiting the pitch from McCafferty. The delivery hits that one along the third baseline. It's going to sail out of bounds. Sock awaits the pitch. The delivery from McCafferty and catches the strikeout on her second at-bat of the inning, the third out of the inning, and the second strikeout of the day for McCafferty. So at the end of 3, the Bulldogs are leading. I got a lot of math to do here. 14 to the Tech Tigers 1. And we'll be back with the top of the 4th. Welcome back. Top of the 4th here as the Lynn English Dogs are hosting the Lynn Tech Tigers. And English has been running a clinic today, defensively and offensively, 14-1 at this point right now. And we're happy to bring you the remainder of the game, looking like we may possibly see the mercy rule in effect today. Amy Tiberico up to bat. Her second at-bat of the day. Tiberico playing in the first base position. Johansson gets the call from Pinheiro and sends it down the middle. Second is a strike, and Tiberico is going to go down swinging. So sorry, a third delivery from Johansson, a strike. Sends Tiberico back to the bench. Next up to bat for the Tech Tigers, Camila Santos. Santos the catcher for the Tigers today. And Johansson's first pitch way high and outside. Johansson delivers a strike, 1-1 count here for Santos. One and two count. And already today, here in the top of the fourth, Johansson, 6 strikeouts. Looking for her, 7 strikeouts, looking for her 8th. The delivery from Johansson just a bit inside. And that one's a little low. That'll send Santos to the base with a walk. And next up for the Tigers, Alex Fuentes. Fuentes playing in the right field position today, sporting her traditional number 20. The delivery from Johansson fouled back along the first baseline. And she'll head back to the bag as Ari Laboy retrieves that one for us. Johansson delivers. Santos drives it into the infield. And the second baseman trying to force the out at second. It was a bad delivery. And the base runner from Tech kind of came off second and just gave a quick opportunity for the shortstop, Lynn English, to retaliate and tag her out. A good heads-up play there by Angela Martinez. So Martinez gets the force out at second. And Sanaya Patton's delivery, a little messy, but close enough where the Dogs could adjust and get the force out. Second out of the fourth. And J.B. Beauchamp up to bat again, fouls that one away along the first baseline. Beauchamp's second at bat of the game, her first a strikeout, one of 7 that Johansson's been able to deliver today. Just a bit high. Johansson with pretty good command in these first 4 innings. And she'll send her packing. 3 outs. English still leading 14-1. And we're back. Top of the fourth. English going to get another shot at driving in some runs here. Tech with a pretty solid hole to dig themselves out of. And Johansson with 8 strikeouts on the day so far. Up to bat, Sanaya Patton. Patton with a stand-up double in her last at-bat. Has earned herself an RBI and a run. And Patton playing in that shortstop position. Second base position for the Bulldogs. Certainly made her contribution to the team today. Fouls that one back behind the plate. Santos having to retrieve that one. And McCafferty, the pitcher for the Tigers today. Handful of strikeouts. 3 so far in the game. Sorry, that's 4 strikeouts. 4 strikeouts for McCafferty. And Patton's going to take her base after the walk. And it looks like they're going to send in a pinch hitter for Pinero. Can't see a number just yet, but we'll get that for you. Swing, line drive right over the pitcher's head into center field. Patton's going to advance to second with ease. And a great shot off the second pitch. Hopefully we can get a number from the player who is pinch hitting for Lanaya Pinero. 2 on for the Dogs, no outs. Next up to bat is Kate Johansson. Johansson with a single in her last at bat. And an opportunity to send Sanaya Patton home as she's sitting there at second base in scoring position after the walk. Long shot to center field. Right under it, and a great heads-up play for the Lynn Tech Tigers. Playing in the center field position, Zoe Wilson. Zoe Wilson coming up, catching a ball that was about 100 feet in the air. First out for the Dogs at the bottom of the 4th. So, Ari LeBoy, the scheduled next batter. But we're taking our time to make sure we get everybody some play. Coach Aldred taking advantage of the high deficit to get each of her Bulldogs onto the field and some play time here. Can't see a number as she is wearing a sweatshirt. Looks like she's going to take a beaning in her first at-bat of the game, so she'll get walked there. Angela Martinez, the next batter up for the Bulldogs. And bases are loaded, 1 out right here for the Dogs. First pitch, right where McCafferty wants it, delivering a strike. 4 strikeouts on the day so far. The pitch, just a bit high. 1-1 count. I want to say thanks to those who are tuning in and watching Lynn Educational Television as we've got a intercity game going on. Interleague as the Tech Tigers visit the English Bulldogs. And Tech doesn't usually get a chance to play at this field. They generally will play behind the school. And don't think this is their first outing to Breed this year. Chips away at that one. Looks like it's going to stay fair. And the Tiger is able to get a force out at first. But that's not before Sanaya Patton's going to head home and increase the lead to 15. So Martinez goes down with the force out. And fielding the ball and tagging up at first, Amy Tiberico. 2 outs for the Bulldogs. The pitch, line drive right to the pitcher. Scooped up, McCafferty going to force the third out there. So the Dogs able to increase their lead by another run, 15-1. So this could be Tech's last chance to make up the difference here. English leading 15-1 over the Tigers here in the top of the 5th. Derlin Salvador, the scheduled batter. As the sun fades away, we're seeing more and more of these players put their sweatshirts on. It's tough to see their numbers here. Johansson with the delivery to Pinero, just a bit outside. And the scheduled batter here should be Derlin Salvador. Salvador playing in the right field position today. And Johansson delivers that strike with confidence. 8 strikeouts on the day so far for Johansson. The delivery to Pinheiro fouls that one back over the third baseline. Salvador with a walk in her last at-bat was picked off at second base on an attempted steal. That one's just a little bit too high for the Blues' taste. And Salvador will take her base with a walk. Second walk to Salvador today by Johansson. And back to the top of the Tech lineup, Zoe Wilson. Wilson with 2 stolen bases in her last at-bat. Had a stand-up single on a infield ground ball. Wilson, the only base runner to be batted in today. The shot deep to center field. And no luck there by the English shortstop. Might have a chance to throw her out at third, and does. And wow, you got to give it up to the shortstop out of Lynn English. Angela Martinez came out right to about the center field mark and dropped an easy pop fly, but stuck with the play and threw out the player advancing to third. Johansson's delivery a little far off. Pinheiro trying to throw out the base runner at first. So McCafferty on the schedule for Tech to be next in the lineup. Check swing there. McCafferty complimented on her ability to see. And I'm assuming it's McCafferty. It's tough to see with the sweatshirts covering the jerseys. 1 out right now for the Tigers. One was about to be in scoring position. Got picked off at third on the error. A shot in field, scooped up by the shortstop, and thrown out to LeBoy for the second out of the inning, and the Dogs are 1 out away from walking away with a victory here if they can keep this deficit. Another good play there by Martinez. Johansson's delivery gets past the second baseman. Center fielder coming up, trying to throw him out at home. Pinheiro can't get it in time. Tech will increase their score to 2 runs. And Gianni Bernabo going to end up with a stand-up double and an RBI. A little bit of life sprung into the Tech Tigers here. The top of the 5th, 2 outs. And Kayla McGregor, the next scheduled batter for the Tigers. Johansson delivers. McGregor with a shot to third base and sent over to first for the third and final out of the game. English is going to walk away with the victory today, 15-2 against the Lynn Tech Tigers. And English coming out with 3 runs in the first, 5 in the second, 6 in the third, and adding a few more throughout. So the Tigers are going to fall to a record of 1-8. They got Innovation Academy next week, and Lynn English going to improve to a record of 6-7. Their next game, they're heading over to Chelsea on Monday. I want to say thanks from Lynn Educational Television. I'm Sean Donahue, wishing you all the best. Since 1986, Lynn Educational Television has enabled students to work in the television industry and learn how to produce media. LETV creates working opportunities for Lynn students, giving them the benefit of gaining real-life work experience in production. Lynn Educational Television brings value to Lynn students, delivering standards-based curriculum in the classroom from middle school to high school. LETV creates future generations of media professionals.